Okay, Objective 6 na tayo. Yung COA natin para sa Objective 6. Maintain supportive learning environments that nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning. Anong learning environment ang inaasahan ng ating mga 21st century learners from the teachers? Kailangang ma-maximize ng ating learners ang kanilang learning potential. Of course, together with other learners. So, napakahalaga noong sinasabi dito sa Objective 6. Learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning. That's why as teachers, we have this role of providing this kind of learning environment. Hayaan nating matuto sila kasama ang kanilang mga kamag-aral. Sa araw-araw na pagtuturo, dapat na i-integrate natin ito, especially ito ang dapat nating makita, isa sa dapat makita kapag tayo ay nagkakaroon ng classroom observation. And of course, to better understand this indicator or to better appreciate this indicator na makikita sa Objective 6, i-define uli natin yung key concept. When we say supportive learning environment, this refers to any learning space, physical condition, or social condition that of course promote a balanced and harmonious relationship among learners, where the teacher facilitates delivery of instruction and learning tasks through valuing every learner's potentials in a classroom free of distraction or interruption. Ang source natin, Literacy Source 2010. Ano naman yung continued learning? Let's define this concept. This is also known as lifelong learning. It refers to progressive process of acquiring and utilizing knowledge and information in various learning engagement through the process of learning and relearning. This is according to National Center for Education Statistics 1999. So in this objective, it is really a must na kilala ni teacher ang kanyang mga estudyante. Alam ni teacher ang individual learning attributes at ang mga concerns ng ating mga mag-aaral in terms of course of their skills, capabilities, including of course their learning interests and preferences. At step by step nagpo-provide si teacher ng procedures for classroom activity. Why? Hindi lang ma-acquire yung knowledge and skills ng mga bata, kundi para rin ma-develop ang interpersonal and intrapersonal abilities ng ating mga mag-aral. Kaya nga minsan magugulat ka, ang tahimik ng bata. Pero kapag nagkaroon ng performance task, doon mo nakilala mo, ito palang batang ito ay may itinatagong husay. May iba pa palang skills na mapapakita ang batang ito. Okay palang mag-participate siya sa ganitong task. Nakikipag-cooperate siya sa kanyang kagrupo, sa kanyang kaklase para maisagawa ang gawain. At sa ganitong sitwasyon, dapat responsive si teacher. Agad, timely ang pagbibigay niya ng feedback sa activity ginawa ng mga bata. Of course, ano ang layunin sa ganito? It's either we give the constructive comments or suggest to further improve learners' performance and of course, other output nila na mahalaga sa kanilang pagkatuto. At kung kinakailangan, i-commend ang best students for their output for the activity. So, napakalagang component noon sa objective na to. Siyempre, I stand corrected, hindi lang yung best students. But we have to see to it we can give feedback the soonest possible time so that alam ng bata kung ano yung learning improvements na kinakailangan or ano ba yung level of understanding niya on that particular topic, on that particular activity. At tandaan po natin, proficient teachers, raters, hindi tayo makakapag-provide ng supportive learning environment unless kilala natin talaga ang ating mga mag-aaral. We know their learning concerns and preferences. Hindi tayo makabubuo ng classroom management strategies na suited para sa kanila. And for continuous learning engagement, it is also helpful if we will establish classroom rules and procedures. Nababalance kasi, this ensures a balanced treatment of learners through valuing their contribution in the learning process. Nakatutulong kasi itong mga classroom rules na ito in establishing cooperation and of course collaboration sa ating mga mag-aaral. Yung mga simpleng classroom routines before we deliver the instruction, tulad ng mga simpleng bagay, asking our learners to arrange their chairs properly or even to clean the top of their desk o pulutin ang mga munting kalat sa sahig. At yung mga simpleng pamamaraan that ensure na nagpa-participate ang ating mga mag-aaral, nakikipag-cooperate, and the simple task ng collaboration during the lesson proper. This way, as teachers, we maintain a supportive learning environment already. Okay, kasunod ng routines, yung balik-aral or previous lesson, doon pa lang may papakita na ni teacher na nami-maintain niya yung supportive learning environment kapag na-engage niya kagad ang mga mag-aaral. Sa paanong paraan, gumamit na kagad siya ng games sa review pa lang ng previous lesson o sa balik-aral pa lang o naging interactive na kagad yung kanyang balik-aral. That way, nakapag-participate na kagad ang mga bata. Sa simula pa lang, sa routines pa lang, nakagamit na si teacher ng variety of instructional materials such as audio-visual technology, other visual aids, and other manipulative visual aids, etc. Tandaan po natin that in maintaining supportive learning environment, napakahalaga na sa mga routine activities natin na set na kagad natin yung mood and mind of the learners to engage in the learning process. Okay, next. Okay, nakapag-identify na tayo ng classroom procedures in connection, of course, sa kanilang learning concerns and preferences. Nakapag-design na rin tayo ng mga appropriate learning activities. Napakalaga nito talaga na appropriate. Remember the keyword appropriate classroom learning activities. Why? Because ito ay mag-a-allow sa ating learners, of course, para ma-develop yung kanilang self-confidence habang sila ay nagpa-participate, habang sila ay nakikipag-cooperate and collaborate with their classmates, with our other learners in a given learning task. As classroom teacher, we have to make sure na nasusustain natin, nami-maintain natin, or at talagang nandyan lagi yung eagerness ng learners ng ating mga mag-aaral na makipag-engage sa proseso ng pagkatuto. Of course, paano? Malaking tulong po yung pagbibigay natin ng feedback, constructive criticism, constructive feedback in every learners so that they will continue to involve in continued learning. Let's go back to the objective. Maintain supportive learning environment. At kapag pinag-uusapan natin ang supportive learning environment, dalawa evident in two conditions ang learning environment na to. Una, yung learning space, and of course, a physical condition or social condition where the learners develop the sense na belong sila, na makakapag-open ang ating mga where they can express themselves, na makapag-o-open ang ating mga mag-aaral. Itong learning environment na to, hindi lang ito yung physical setup sa ating classroom learning area. It is more than the physical setup. It comprises social and interpersonal components in such a way that learners feel yung sense of family and friendship, of course, para maipagpatuloy nila ang kanilang individual learning goals. This is, of course, according to Literacy Source 2010. So, we have this role na masigurado ng ating mag-aaral ay nasa ganitong kind of learning environment, we have to promote harmonious interaction among learners, na hindi sila nahihiya, in a sense na hindi sila nagpa-participate dahil nandoon yung inferiority complex ng ating mga mag-aaral. Hindi sila makapag-open, hindi nila ma-express ang sarili nila. Kailangan as teacher, ma-offset natin o maalis natin yung ganitong dilemma in every learners. Gone are the days na hindi sumasagot ang mga bata, timid sila dahil nahihiya sila o natatakot sila na baka pag mali ang sagot nila, mapagalitan sila ni teacher or magalit si teacher. Gone are the days, wala na pong ganon. Now, the big challenge for teachers is how you will be doing that. At napakahalaga ng mga teaching approaches, strategies, and procedures, of course, to make learners actively engaged. Of course, para sa patuloy na proseso ng pagkatuto, continued learning process. So in this environment, lahat ng mag-aaral feels valued, lahat sila malaga, included, belong, and empowered to accomplish his or her learning task. Sa mga groupings, activity, paikutin natin ang leader. Hindi laging si magaling ang leader. Baka naman every time si isa lang yung leader. So let's challenge every learners that they can also lead like their other classmates. Okay, isa pa, working together with learners. Isa pa rin itong paraan that the teacher maintains a supportive learning environment. So, kitang-kita natin ito lalo sa mga science class, sa kanilang experiments, laboratories, nakikita natin yung mga teacher talaga minomodel muna. They work together with their learners, with their students. Of course, sa mga TVL courses, sa mga TVL subjects, cookery, welding, CSS, computer programming, computer servicing system. Nakikita natin itong mga ganito na talagang the teacher really work with their learners para i-model yung needed o i-demonstrate yung actual process and procedures doon sa kinakailangang activity. Sa ganitong guided demonstration ni teacher na ipapakita sa mga bata, sa ating mga learners, paano ba isagawa ng tama and appropriately yung assigned task natin. Pagkatapos may demo ni teacher, that is the time that we allow the learners, ang ating mga bata, na mag-stimulate naman o ulitin yung process na ginawa ni teacher. Pero anong mahalagang dapat tandaan? Si teacher dapat siguraduhin na yung process at yung procedures simple lang at mas madaling sundan. And in the other way around, we let our learners also na ma-develop nila their own ways kung paano matuto from that activity. And at the same way, as teacher, we serve as the consultant for that matter or ma-validate natin yung innovative approaches na ginawa nila in doing that activity. Di ba nakapakaganda na na-develop ng mga bata yung kanilang self-confidence from their teachers who modeled everything. Ipinakita ni teacher ang lahat on how to do the activity, and in return, the learners develop their own self-confidence. Sa pagkatuto ng mga mag-aaral, they also realize the value of believing in themselves. At napakalaga ng presence dito ng guro. Dapat ma-affirm at ma-assert ni teacher ang accomplishments na ipinakita ng mga bata. So, tayo sa ganito maging mindful tayo to give this feedback, because in this way we are able to maintain the supportive learning environment for our learners. Hindi lang sa LAC session, hindi lang tayo teacher sa teacher, hindi lang tayo ang nagpo-focus group discussion. Much more needed ito sa classroom. So si teacher at ang kanyang mga estudyante, nagkakaroon din sila ng teacher-student discussion, learner together with the teacher discusses like in the focus group discussion. Nire-resolve nila yung mga issues, yung mga problema regarding their learning concerns in order, of course, to arrive at as a possible solution. Ano ba ang hindi ko natutuhan? Ano ba ang hindi ko naintindihan? Paano ko pa ba ito mai-improve? Tayo ang nagpapacilitate ng pagkatuto, kaya as facilitators, hindi lang yun ang dapat nating i-facilitate, but of course, we have to make sure facilitating also this responsive collaboration with our learners. Kaya nga sa groupings, 'di ba? Umiikot si teacher sa bawat grupo. Tinitingnan niya yung progress ng report ng bawat task na pinagawa mo in the group task. At kapag napansin ni teacher na may isang pangkat o grupo na may problema sa kanilang task, dapat mindful kagad si teacher doon. Ina-approach na kagad yung grupo na yon na nakita niya na medyo nahihirapan sa task na kanyang pinagagawa o hindi makasunod sa task na kanyang pinagagawa. Why? Because this will establish learning companionship and teacher-learner confidence. Makinig tayo at i-analyze natin yung mga tanong. Kapag meron din silang mga tanong, let's entertain these questions and analyze their queries. This will allow us to see the learning concerns sa perspective ng mga mag-aaral. And then, if it is possible to offer solutions, then offer solutions. But as teacher, we have to monitor the progress ng pag-adapt ng ating mga mag-aral to sa solution na pinagkasundaan nyo na gagawin nila. This will allow you as teachers to check the improvement sa proseso ng pagkatuto ng mga mag-aaral. Lalo na sa research class, senior high school, III, PR1, PR2. So, kitang-kita natin yung ganito, yung pagiging open, approachable ni teacher sa mga queries ng ating mga mag-aaral. Yung pagsilip mo sa ginagawa nila, sa progress ng kanilang activity, you give your comments, you give your suggestions, you already maintain a supportive learning environment. We allow them to visualize, to reflect, and then we encourage them to disclose their thoughts and insights. And then they themselves learn to resolve their learning concerns. And then we make sure that we keep on providing dialogue or discussion with our learners. Nararamdaman nila that they are comfortable and they are capable of making possible actions and good decisions pertaining to their task or their activity. Okay, we already maintain a supportive learning environment. Okay, ang dami natin na-discuss naman dito sa Objective 6. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Muli, samahan niyo ako para sa Objective 8. Ihahabol natin ang discussion para sa Objective 8. Padayon!